from the Lakeside Newsroom of the Henrico Citizen, your hometown news source since 2001. This is the Henrico News Minute with publisher Tom Lapis.
Henrico School Superintendent explains the system's approach to distance learning. The county's budget proposal becomes clearer, and 3 more COVID-19 deaths are reported over the weekend. We've got details about those stories and more in today's Henrico News Minute for Monday, May 4th, 2020. It's brought to you today by Nathan's Roof Repairs.
And now for the news.
Although community response to Henrico Schools' distance learning plans during the pandemic has been mixed, with some parents supportive of its tiered approach and multitude of options, while others lament its lack of more structured teacher-led lessons, Henrico Superintendent Amy Cashwell is confident that the system's effort has been compassionate and successful. Today on HenricoCitizen.com you can read my story based on an extensive interview last week with Cashwell, who told me, quote, "I do stand behind the fact that as our plans have unfolded, in each and every way they have been strategic," end quote. Some parents have been frustrated by what they believe is a limited set of options for distance learning, but many others have expressed their satisfaction with the plans. In emails we obtained, a number of principals and teachers from the county also are very happy with the program. You can read the full article right now on HenricoCitizen.com. Henrico officials are projecting massive losses in revenue from several county taxes as a result of the COVID-19 pandemic. Overall, they're projecting a decrease in the hotel occupancy tax of almost half, down to $11.5 million a year in the coming fiscal year, which begins July 1st. They're also expecting the county's meals tax to decrease by 32% to $19 million, and its overall sales taxes to decrease by about a quarter to $55 million. Personal property taxes also are expected to decrease by 7% to $124.1 million. Now, the new fiscal year begins July 1st. County officials have had to slash Henrico's proposed budget by $99 million in order to account for the lost revenue. They are delaying all capital projects scheduled to be funded with cash, which will save almost $23 million, instituting a 5% across-the-board reduction for all departments and agencies. That'll save about $9.2 million, and holding open all vacant job positions in the county other than those in public safety. That'll save almost $6 million. In March, the county's hotel occupancy tax receipts were about 45% less than in February, for a total of about $414,000. And meals tax revenues were down $1.35 million, about one-third from the prior month. County residents have filed almost 22,000 initial claims for unemployment benefits in the 7 weeks that ended April 25th. The county's Board of Supervisors is scheduled to vote to adopt a budget on May 12th. Henrico County Public Schools will receive nearly $9.3 million in funding from the Federal CARES Act, according to State Superintendent of Public Instruction James Lane. In total, Virginia public school systems will receive about $214.7 million in federal funding as part of the act. The emergency legislation was approved by Congress and signed into law on March 27th. The state's Department of Education will receive about $24 million to help expand distance learning by increasing access to technology and through the development of resources for students, families, and educators. The amounts granted to each division in the state are based upon the same formula used to allocate funding for schools under Title I of the Every Student Succeeds Act. Henrico will receive the 6th highest amount of funding in the state as part of the act. Local school divisions have wide latitude in how they can spend those dollars. Approved uses for funding include services and expenses directly related to the pandemic, such as cleaning of schools and other facilities, expenses related to providing extended learning opportunities, including summer and after-school programs, mental health services, and career and technical education, among others. Henrico is approaching 1,000 confirmed cases of COVID-19, according to the Virginia Department of Health. The county now has 964 cases, and 3 more deaths associated with the virus were announced since Friday. All 3 of those occurred in people aged 70 or older. In total, 84 of the county's virus-related deaths have occurred among people in that age range. Statewide, more than 114,000 people now have been tested, including about 8,000 who have been tested multiple times, and about 19,500 have tested positive. That's about 17%. Now, the VDH changed its online reporting format last week and, at least temporarily, is no longer indicating how many tests have been conducted within each specific state locality. As a result, it's unclear whether the percentage of people testing positive day by day in Henrico is increasing or decreasing. VDH officials told the Citizen last week that that information should be available again at some point. The Henrico County Health District tomorrow will offer testing at Henrico's Nottingham Green Apartments to people 5 and older who have COVID-19 symptoms and those who are pregnant, have serious underlying medical conditions, or are uninsured or underinsured. Symptoms of the virus, as you probably know, may include fever, cough, headache, loss of smell, shortness of breath, and flu-like symptoms. Testing will take place tomorrow from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. in the Near West End Complex's pool house. That's 9302 Gallant Drive. If it rains, the event will be moved to Friday. Testing will be conducted by appointment for those who register in advance by calling 205-3501. Those who register will be assigned a specific time to arrive at the testing site in order to adhere to social distancing guidelines. Walk-in testing will be available for those who are eligible but can't be guaranteed since testing availability is limited. If you have your own private insurance, you're not eligible for testing at the event. You're advised to contact your primary care providers to learn about testing options. A traffic alert for those of you driving near the airport on Wednesday. Expect brief overnight closures in both directions of Airport Drive at the I-64 interchange. Beginning Wednesday at 6 p.m., VDOT crews will implement single-lane closures initially with 15-minute traffic stops beginning at 8 p.m. to allow crews to place new bridge units on I-64. All traffic stoppages will be complete before the morning rush hour on Thursday. The left lane of I-64 West also will be closed during the work. Airport and local traffic should expect delays in the area on Wednesday night. Henrico Fire units early this morning battled a single-family residential fire in the 3700 block of Pin Oak Road. That's off Harvey Road in Henrico's East End. The occupant of the home heard popping outside and then noticed the fire and was able to get out safely before calling 911. The Henrico Fire Marshal is working to determine the origin and cause of the fire. Today's Henrico News Minute has been brought to you by Nathan's Roof Repairs, a small company doing big things. Check them out online at nathansroofrepairs.com or call 273-9200 for a free estimate.